Hey guys, it's Tori again. Here to give you the One Line to Live recap for Tuesday, October 5th, 2010. An episode I like to call Where's Dani? That's like pretty much what's going on the episode besides Eli. So it's kind of like everything was kind of intertwined, except for the Jessica going to the hospital. Going to the doctor's today. Um, she has high blood pressure, so that's going to be bad news for the baby. So she calls Brody to tell him about it. So he's like, I'm going to help you relax and everything. So let's hope the baby's going to be okay. Actually, I am a Jessica and Brody fan, but I don't really like this storyline. It's not really interesting to me. Especially with the chance of it being Ford's baby, which I think that would be a big mistake if they made it for the father. And you got Brody, who knocked up maybe, possibly Jessica's twin Natalie, so that's not going to be good when that comes out for the twins. Um, let's see what happened to Dani. Okay, so Dani's hanging out at James and Ford's house, um, eating Pretty Pebbles. Ford is home and then he leaves and he comes back and James is there with two bowls and he thinks that Star is there, but it's not Star, it's Star's sister Dani. So Dani comes out and Ford's like, she gotta get rid of her, she's only trouble. They're gonna be now on everybody's hit list now with Ross and Todd for hiding out Dani. And James, um, well, first, Ford thinks that um, James is having relations with Dani because that's the only thing that goes before his mind. Like, you gotta be sleeping with her. But that is not, but, they set each other straight. And so Ford is still like, I'm gonna have to call the cops. She can't stay here, blah, blah, blah. So in the meantime, Nate, Todd, and Ross are all down at the police station trying to figure out where Danny could have gone. Um, Ross thinks that Todd was behind it all, and Todd is convinced that Nate knows where Danny is or is helping her hide out. And Ross goes all crazy, so thought that Brody was going to lock him up, but Ross doesn't OLTL or whatever. So Todd is like telling me, I can help you have more resources, more money than you. So we'll see how that goes. Nate didn't say anything to Todd about Dani. So let's see. He's pretty much the only one that didn't tell anybody because Star is at Todd's and the police are looking all over the place trying to figure out where Dani could have gone out. So tired. Okay, so Cole shows up at Todd's, and Star has to admit to Cole that she knows where Dani is and that Nate and James helped her escape. And Cole's all mad because Star and James are working together, and doesn't really care about Star's sister and that she was going to lose her. So his main thing is that James is involved, and he's all like, oh, this can get you arrested. How can you be involved in this? What about Hope? And I'm like, you beat Todd nearly to death, and then you did drugs and skipped bail and all this other stuff that could have put you away forever. You weren't thinking of Hope at the time. Star is not even gonna be um unless Star says, yeah, I was in on it, there's no way Star can go to get arrested for this because she was gone before Dani even left, and even Nate points that out to Cole when he gets there. And if I didn't like Nate before, I'm loving Nate right now because he goes to Todd's place and he's like telling Star that she needs to call James to check on Dani because he can't because the cops are gonna be all over him. And so I'm like, Nate is like so Team Jar, which I totally love. I love James and Star, and they're like my favorite young couple. Todd and Taya, my very first couple, but they're very close second. And so Star calls James, much to Cole's dismay, and when she's talking to James, Brody shows up at Ford and James' place looking for Ford, and so they hide Dani in the closet, and Star's like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" And then of course it goes off, but I'm pretty sure that Brody is there to see Ford because of the baby, about Jessica and the baby. So it has nothing to do with Dani. So but yeah, they still need to hire her anyway because Brody is still top move. Um, oh, I almost forgot. Eli showed up at near the end of the show. Ross on the dog. Ross is concerned about Dani, and Eli is just like, "Where's Dani when you get out of town?" And I do admit that I did hear a little spoiler from one of my Twitter buddies, Miss Stephanie. She told me about Ross is gonna get shot. And no, wait, it wasn't Stephanie. Sorry. Oh, one of sweet. I can't remember his Twitter name. I'm so sorry. It's sweetness for Todd or something. But she told me that Ross is gonna get shot by Eli and look in the river, and Todd's gonna save him, and everyone's gonna think that Todd did it, but really Todd didn't do it. Todd is still at the police station with John, so John is gonna believe him, which is really good for Todd if John believes him, and so I think Eli wants to do something to Dani, or use her probably for Taya's money or something, and Ross is not gonna like it one bit, so I think that's what's gonna happen. Is Ross is like gonna tell everybody the truth, and Eli's not gonna like that. And I don't even know what Eli's wearing. He's wearing some kind of brownish, ugly hoodie. Anyways, um, last but not least, the Evans, Mama Evans, Felicia Evans, came back today. As Greg is brought back to Landview after getting that lethal dose of what was it, methadone? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And she just can't believe that Greg's involved with Eli. She's like, John is all wrong and everything, and Destiny is all crying over it, and Sean believes John, and so near the end of the show, Felicia, she goes in and visits um, Greg at his bedside, and um, pretty much tells us that she knows exactly what Greg is hiding, but she doesn't tell us. So I wonder what it is. It's definitely something that um, she knows, but um, she doesn't want Sean or Destiny to know. So kind of like, what is this? This is really interesting. So very interested in finding out what exactly that is. It better be something good. It's got to be something good. Greg would kill Taya to keep that secret. Help Eli, that crazy niece of hers, So we'll see how that works out. But tomorrow should be a good show with Brody being at the Ford's place, and then see what else Cole can say to get on my nerves, and maybe we can get a little closer into finding out what Greg's secret is. Well, that's all the recap I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Oh yes, and one last thing I want to add is if you go to One Life to Live if you go to the One Life to Live section of soaps.com, they have a poll up here saying what is Greg's secret? Some interesting choices here. Um, one is he doesn't have his medical license. Ooh, that would be something. He's really Destiny's father. I really like that one. Destiny's adopted. Um, Eli knows Greg was drunk, which resulted in the death of a patient. Ooh. Um, those are pretty good ideas. But, I don't know. I think a good one. I was gonna say, he's really Destiny's father would be a really good one, but then I'm not exactly sure how that would be, a big bad secret. But Brad killing a patient would be probably the biggest one, but hopefully it's something a little bit better than that. Okay, this is really the end now.